Hello, I am Strong Jihad. This will be a video about tanking and bounds. This will be called the X route right here. The X route is simply just a small route of tanking. It's exactly like an X, as you can see from the picture here. You could tank either way. You could tank going from the nearest the center or towards the outside going towards the center. I just always do that for some reason. This right here is another clip of the X route. Excuse the noob behind me. See, what you want to do is you want to make the movement from going towards the barrier and running straight from behind the barrier. You want to make it all into like almost one movement. You want to be at a constant. You do not want to stop. If you stop or do something like that, you will be piled, and that's where you will screw up. You got to always be moving. You can't stop. You can't pause like that. You cannot pause like that. You got to keep running and see how I'm slowly pausing. See, I'm just doing it a couple of times just to get into the rhythm. See that? Now it gets perfect. See, as long as there's a distance like that, that's great. They won't catch you, especially for the melee. So that's great. See how finally you gotta time everything. As you can see, the flag is as I get near the flag, I click again, and so yeah. This is just running again the X route. The banner right there that I just passed, you can also use that to tank, but be sure you do not pass it too much, because that may be bringing up worries of bounds. And this is what you would do to cross to the other side. There's a skeleton right there you can use to tank, and a rock right there. See that? That's a great form of tanking in the X route. Well, not great, but just decent. See that? Now, if you want to go back, you do the exact same thing. Keep crossing. Use the rock if you can. Use it. Good job right there. And then you could use the banner right here. See that? Great. That's a great idea a great job for tanking. This is the box route. The box route is known. I use it a lot for the majors and rangers. This is usually the primary. It's simply what it is. It's a box. You're literally tanking in a box. You could also improvise and go from box to the X and back and forth and use all these rocks that you see in the bounds. This will be the X route again, revisited. As you can see, it's the same as the first drawing that you saw earlier. Okay, you know exactly where to go now. Now, this is what's going to happen. Say you want to go to the other side. You just saw the animation. Just do the exact thing. See, this is just a game plan, you know. This is the whole strategy behind it. That's exactly what you're going to do. It's simple. It's easy. It's just literally 3 X's, as you can tell in the map, and it's you know, it's not hard at all. It just takes a lot of practice. So this is the box route revisited again. This is basically going to tell you, as you tank from this side, which would be the east, how would you go to the west? And it's literally easy. It's a big ass box. Now it's just like a fucking almost a drawing of a loaf of bread. You know, see? Going east, going west, I'm sorry. See, now you're taking from the west side. Now if you want to cross, just cross from the top, or you could cross from the bottom. It doesn't matter, as long as you cross. You could come back and go. You can go to the west and go to the east the same way, you know. But it's just how you play the whole rule, the whole strategy. See. This is my new ranging now, and this is where the box comes in. See, he's using a charged bow because he's a faggot. And see, now if you use the X route, it's not going to work so much. See, so this is where you want to start using the box. you don't want to start moving towards the center because that's just like if you're moving towards the center and the majors and rangers are there, you are going to get slaughtered. That's not a good way to start it. You want to just keep away. You always want to keep a distance from the majors and the rangers. The melee will be there. That's fine if they will be there, but they will eventually get caught. See how I go in between these two rocks right there, and I just keep going. It's all a constant move, and that's all that matters. As long as I'm constantly moving, I don't care if he follows me. As long as he's not hitting me, that's all that matters, and I'm satisfied with that. See, as soon as I make this turn though, he's right behind me again. See that? See, now he's like stopped completely. And then I could just keep doing what I usually do. I don't care. I'm just going to be running laps. And he's going to be running laps with me as well. So, I mean, yeah. The ideal formations of both piles. This is something everybody must learn. The blue will be our pile, and forgive me for the lengthy, stupid drawings. They're kind of retarded. And the red will be the enemy pile. That's what you want right there. You want separation. That's the idea for piling. If they're both together, then it's just gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be stupid, and it's gonna be hard to even get a pile. It's even gonna be hard to chase. So that is the ideal formation. Yeah, you will eventually come across and bounce, but it's only towards the center. It's only when the tanks are exchanging sides. The forming of a pile. This part is, this is pretty much being aware of where you're at and where your whole clan is at and where the enemy is at. You must be aware. So, as you can see, the blue is our pile, the clan pile, and the red is the pile. That's how it usually starts. It's just both clans are in the pile. It starts like that, and then one of the tanks breaks out wherever. One tank, I mean, it is possible for both tanks to go the same route, but they eventually, if they know what to do, then they'll just, they'll improvise a lot, and then the pile will slowly just separate again, right there is like the example, one noob, I fucked up using a stupid pencil. There's one of your clanmates right there, the blue dot. Now, say he's already getting swarmed right now, and he just goes around the nearest barrier he can possibly go, and he could use whatever he wants. He could do the box, crossing using the box method, or he could cross using the X method, as you can see, but the dotted lines. See, or he could do that too. It doesn't matter as long as he gets away, and as long as he could just buy himself some time. That's great. But this is usually how the forming of piles happen. It's quick. It's there's no time to think. You just do. See, this is using the X route. I honestly prefer using the box route though. The X route is good sometimes, but I mean I usually prefer the box route. I mean it's easy. It's easy to do. See, this is now I'm gonna show you how the clans start breaking up. See, one clan would want to start going to the east. One clan may follow to the east depending on the tanker, but the tanker usually knows that there must be separation, and he must be tanking to buy his clan time. He wants to tank so his clanmates can easily kill their tank and go on to the next pile. That's all tanking is. You want to just literally buy as much time as you want for your clan. And in most wars, this is where it usually comes down to tanking. See, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing there. But see, you could just do whatever you want on this side. You could do the box. You could just stay here and do the box method. You don't have to automatically cross. Or you can cross, but I mean it depends, because if you cross, you're kind of wasting a little bit of time. Most people some people will probably stand there, and then tank there and then switch. Others would just hesitate and cross automatically. So this is basically the objects in warring. Here you got the west double rocks right there, which is good for running through or taking the majors. There's the center rock, which is good for crossing, and then right there in the middle you have the skeleton, which is good for also crossing. You have another rock right there, and on the east, just like behind the northeast barrier, you have that little banner, which you all should remember. See, this is our blue pile again, and this is the enemy's pile. And that's the of course that's the ideal formation of how piling should be. But that's what you want right there, because it makes your clan easier to know who the pile is. And as long as the binds are there, your clan can swarm them, and that guy will be fucking sodomized till next year. So that's the whole point of tanking and the use of these rocks. These rocks can buy you time. You just gotta learn how to improvise, and to improvise, you gotta tank for a while, and you have to be on the skill. I mean, it's like the unknown skill in RuneScape, I guess you could say. So here's a person, here's a dot right here, going towards the east, taking in the box. Now, if you do that, you're gonna like literally walk into their pile, So you kind of have to watch out where you're going. You don't want to be reckless. If the enemy clan's already piling somebody and you're going near them, they could switch and one bang you. You have to be careful. If your pile is right here, you want to stay with your blue pile. You don't want to go crossing to the enemy's pile. If you do that, you're easy bait. And no matter what tanking method it won't really help you that much. See how I did that little loopy-loop on the northeast barrier? That's the banner. These are just ways of tanking now. Forget the piles. Forget the blue squares and the red square. These are just little ways of tanking now, using these obstacles. But just let that be remembered in your head. Do not go to the enemy's pile, because they can just switch and you can, get attacked. Even if your clan's pile is near the enemy's pile, be aware, because they can make the switch. It may not be you, or it may, who knows. So here's running around the whole entire thing in an obstacle. I usually recommend doing that one when when you've already have time. Don't do that right away, because you could just be fucking killed. Here's a footage of somebody tanking in an actual war. I forget what clan this one is. I don't remember. See how the enemies are already, some of them are already stuck. Just pay attention to the minimap if you can. The minimap tells you a lot of the story of this guy's tanking. See, not only is he very lucky, but he also buys himself time. The melee right there is not catching up, and the rangers are doing their job and hitting. So you see, he's very lucky. But I mean, I wouldn't also call it luck. I shouldn't say he's lucky too, because look at this time he's buying. He's bought so much time. That's just right there, skill, and it's a bad part for the pilers. The pilers have to be on the tank. Now you could just walk around, nothing, what's going on, Get back to the pile and resume back to the action. That's one thing I do not like about tanking is that part where the piling is done.